Okay, I think that's started. All right. Okay, so I think now the screen is visible. Fine, perfect. So let's start without a delay now. Uh, Good morning, everyone. Uh, Please let me know if I'm not audible, because I'm not using hands-free. I'm using a direct mic. So do let me know if I'm not audible at times. But I don't think it is going to be the case. Yes, we discussed in the last, I mean, the previous session, the models of deduction. I think this is something that we discussed in the earlier session. So let me clarify why we are discussing this. ये बहुत जरूरी है. We need to understand why I'm teaching you this. Uh, हमारा end goal है is to learn how to write perfect emails. That's our main aim. Our aim is to understand how to write formal emails by using the modalities. क्योंकि formal emails जब आप लिखने जाते हो तो बहुत सारा structures आपको चाहिए. Modalities is one of these structures. और भी structures है आगे जाके जो हम सीखेंगे, जैसे कि we will understand how to use transition words, or simply speaking we will understand how to use connectives. तो ये सब चीजें भी हम देखेंगे आगे जाके. So let's discuss about the models that we have discussed in our previous session. We have discussed the models of deduction. हमने यहाँ पे देखा कि कैसे we use all these 5 models to draw the certainty or the possibility. जैसे कि when we talk about certainty at 100% level, let's say for example if something is true, something is true, 100% true, then you use must, and so you say that, oh, Rahul's hair is wet, it must be raining, right? Or Rahul is not happy, or if he is uh, he is maybe not well, and you know about it, you can see that, right? So you are sure that it's 100% true, so then you say uh, uh, he must be he must be unwell, right? um, then you talk about if something is not true, at 0%, and that to a certainty, but then you use can't. For example, uh, Rahul's hair is wet, it can't be sunny, right? So it can't be sunny. Now you know that it's not true, so you're using can't. uh, for possibilities, you have 3 options. You can use may, might, and could. Example is right there in front of you, or वो example हमने पहले भी देखा था. So, for example, Smriti is late. So, if I say Smriti, if I see that she is late, but I'm not sure if something is true, or I'm not sure if something is not true, then I have 3 options. तो फिर मुझे traffic. Now, I'm not sure. See, this is possibility. Or I can say there might be a lot of traffic, or I can say there could be a lot of traffic. So if I'm not sure, this is what I do. Now, I'm going to take you today a step forward, right? And when I take you a step forward, we are going to discuss the models of obligation, right? पहले हमें समझना होगा कि आप models को किस तरह से सोचते हैं, right? See, every time when we invite experts and when we do that gap fill activity, I'm trying to understand how you perceive language. मैं ये समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि आप जो है वो लैंग्वेज को कैसे परसीव करते हैं. So for example, if I'm asking you कि ये इंसान ने ये कहा है और ये वर्ड मैंने रिमूव कर दिया है, so then I actually want to know how you think. So I know about your current level of status of language, when you are doing that. And that's the reason I'm asking you these questions every time. So first, we are going to understand what we think of models. Then we'll invite some experts और उनकी राय लेंगे आपके perception के साथ. And then I will explain you the differences between these models of obligations. फिर हम समझेंगे कि ये models of obligations है वो कैसे so first things first, let's first think about the models. And when we are thinking about the models, I have a question to ask you. पहले मुझे जानना होगा कि आपको क्या लगता है कौन कौन से models हैं वो models of obligations हैं. So I'm sharing a link with you, and in that link you are going to make entries, and you're going to make 4 entries. आप कम से कम 4 entries कर सकते हैं क्योंकि models of obligations sirf 4 hai. There are not many models of obligations, right? So there is a link. Let's see how you answer, and I'm going to show you your replies also, so no need to worry about that. The screen is about to open. Let's see. Once you've made your entries, type done. ऐसा ही आप एंट्रीज कर रहे हो, आप वहां पे डन लिखोगे. ऑलराइट, सो द क्वेश्चन इज विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग do you think are the models of obligation? So let's see how many of you are there. There are 30, and I'm expecting at least 20 to 25 entries. Let's see very quickly. So I have, please type done once you have made your entries, or once you have submitted your entries. चैट बॉक्स में डन लिख लीजिएगा प्लीज. ओके, आर्यन डन. Alright, I can see some varied models here. यहाँ पे बहुत सारे varied options हैं. So let's wait for 2 minutes until everyone has made their entries, और उसके बाद हम discuss करेंगे कि आप कैसे सोच रहे हो. 11 entries I can see so far, and that's good. All right. I can see 17 entries. I think 18 now. And we are waiting for more entries. 21. Maybe 4 more. Okay, so that's 23, I think. All right. Yes, Prayas, I can see. Thank you. And I missed you, I think, while welcoming Jay also. I missed Bhavin also. Good morning. All right, 23 entries, and you can check the screen. Look at the options which you have chosen, right? So look at that word could. It has received the maximum voting. Then must is there. Then should is also one of the words receiving maximum voting. Halaki, I should have discussed before asking this question, that what is actually obligation. लेकिन ठीक है, आप obligation को शायद समझ रहे हो ठीक तरह से. I hope so. A very less vote goes to will, and that's good. That's really very good. Very less votes to must not and don't have to. All right. So this is your idea. This is your view. Now keep your pen ready, because now I'm going to show you which are actually the models of obligations. So you're supposed to note down these four words. And once you note it down, please type in the chat box noted, NOTED. एक बार आप नोट कर रहे हो तो उसके बाद आप chat box में type करोगे कि noted. Okay. Uh, all right. So these are the models of deduction. Sorry, obligation. ये जो है ये models of obligation है और you have these models right in front of you. Have to, must, mustn't, and don't have to. I know most of us think that should is also one of the models of deduction क्योंकि ज़्यादातर जब हम चीज़ें when we talk about it we use should, and that's one of the common errors. Please tell me noted once you have noted these words क्योंकि आप इन चार में से कोई एक words use करोगे when we have experts in front of you. And after you note this down, I have a question for you to ask. So let's see how quickly you know these things. Buranuddin, I didn't see you. Good morning. Pravesh also. Mohit also, I didn't see you. Anurag, you are there. Okay, I can see you now. Okay, Maitri is in waiting room. All right, but I don't see anyone in waiting room. Let me check. Uh, mm, Well, I actually don't see anyone in waiting room. So, Hirendra, I actually don't see anyone in the waiting room. I don't know how now she must join. Do we have her email ID? Let's get her email ID. I will send another link on her email. Do we have her email ID? Yes, students. Anyone? Hirendra? Yes, Hirendra. So if you can share with me an email ID of that particular student. Okay, just a minute. I'm waiting. Uh, Please do it quick so that we can continue with the session. I don't want others to be waiting. Okay, let's do it quick. Subham, you may turn off your video, please. Thank you. Okay, Hirendra, I think I got it. I'm inviting my three on another through an email now. No, come on. What happened? All right, just a second. Oh, shit. Guys, we are just caught back by this. Okay. Okay, Maitri has been sent an invite. Okay, let's see how she is now turning up. So these are the models of deduction. I already, shared now with you. So maybe one more time. So that's have to, must, mustn't, and don't have to. And these are actually, the models of obligation. Not sorry, now, invite the experts. They will tell us how they have used these models, and you will tell us your perception about that one word missing from what they have said. So, are you all ready to invite the experts? Yes, all of you. I should see if you're ready. Okay, so most of you are ready. So let's invite the experts of today. And all right, so these are the experts. Kush, that is okay. I'll help Drew a little later because now it's already 9:20, and he's late for the session. And I don't want to, keep others waiting. Kush, I'll take care of it later. So these are the experts of today, and I'm not sure how people are in the waiting room. Um, Well, I think that's perfectly all right. If they are now not able to join, they should be here by now because it's 9:20 already. But it's okay. Chalo. So let's invite our first expert, and I really don't expect you to know him, but he is a famous Greek writer, widely considered as a giant, of modern Greek literature. Was actually because he died in 1957. Nikos Kazantzakis, and he said something. इन्होंने कुछ कहा था जिसमें इन्होंने एक model of obligation use किया था. So he said this: in order to succeed, we dash first believe that we can. So out of the four models, what do you think should be used? Uh, must, have to, don't have to, and mustn't. What do you think? So I have one, two, and three replies so far. Okay, Saif is one of them. Okay, all right, let's see. Others? All right. Yeah, maybe more. Okay, let me show you what he actually has used. And most of you got it right. Okay, so he used must. All right, that's perfectly all right. Let's invite the next personality. And I don't think he needs an introduction. Uh, uh, yes, a father of nation. And he said something. He said this: you dash be the change you wish to see in the world. So, what do you think? Is it have to, or don't have to, or must, or mustn't? What do you think? Okay, Mohit says have to. So, that's a start from there. What about others? Burhanuddin, Saif, Gautam, Anurag, what do you think? Okay, Mahlam says have to. Yash says have to. Kush, Nikunj. Okay, all right. Most of you are saying have to. Mm, well, he said must. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. All right. Okay. So we will come to it. We'll come to it when we understand how have to is different than must, and all those criterias. We'll look at it little later. Uh, let's invite the next personality, and a personality from our childhood. um, इनकी कोई ना कोई एक स्टोरी या फिर एक पोयम हमने पढ़ी होगी इन अवर चाइल्डहुड स्कूल डेज मे बी ग्रेड 6, 7 और 8. फेमस अमेरिकन पोएट. हालांकि उसका जो काम था वो इनिशियली इंग्लैंड में पब्लिश हुआ था, इन 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 इंग्लैंड, ग्रेट ब्रिटेन. He died in 1963. Robert Lee Frost, or शायद 8th standard में कई लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा, his famous poems Rod Not Taken and Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening, and many other poems. Well, he said something. He said this: home is a place where when you dash go there, you dash take you, sorry, they dash take you in. So there are two dashes, and you may give comma in between two words, so we will understand that you are talking about two words. So let's see, which are these two words? What do you think? No one? I'm going to give time, don't worry. Hirendra says have to and must. Okay, let's see how others go about it. Aryan says have to and must. Safe agrees to have to, and according to Safe, it should be have to in both because he's only written one word. Burhanuddin says have to and must. All right, Burhanuddin. Good. Yash says have to and must again. Okay, all right. If any more, yes, Nikunj, Kush, okay. Have to, must, have to, have to. Nikunj says have to, have to. Oh, Anurag says don't have to and must. Okay, all right. So there's a different view. Fine, that's okay. These are all your perspectives. But let's see what Robert Frost actually said. He said, home is a place where when you have to go there, they have to take you in. And that's what he is trying to say. All right. Get ready to invite the next expert. And all right, she is an American lady. Uh, she was an American lady and a cultural anthropologist. Uh, she was author and speaker, and actually she was very famous in mass media. She was also a newsreader for some time between 1960s and 1970s. Um, well, she said something, and let's see what she said. She said this. Oh, anyways, by the way, her name is Margaret Mead, and she said this: children dash be taught how to think, not what to think. And I think this is easy. All of you should get right. So, okay, Gautam said should. No, 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 no. Wait. Let's go to Smith and Javeer. Smith and Javeer, should is not the model of obligation. Sorry. So we are not going to talk about should. We have only four words as a model of obligation. Brandon says must, have to, must. All right. She said must. Okay. Uh, good. Let's go to our next expert. And I think some of you should know him. If you know, you can type his name while I introduce him to you. Uh, so let's see if anyone knows him. Do you? Oh, yes, MLK. And there goes Sawan Jr. Yes, yes. All right. So most of you got him right. So he is MLK. That's Martin Luther King. Uh, Afro-American minister, activist, Civil War hero, and a famous speech. If you remember the speech, do you remember the famous speech? Or a title of a famous speech? I have a dream. Gautam got it right. Wow, Gautam, impressed. I'm impressed, people, because most of the students were not able to identify, and I'm really impressed. I mean, you know him. That's great. So he said this, and look at what he said. We dash accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. And this is so true for a current COVID situation, I think. So let's see what you have to say. All right. Have to. Have to. This is good. All right. Gautam says must. Have to. Okay, then it goes on. Okay, all right, different perceptions. That's okay. Okay, stop. So let's see what he said. He said must. All right. Next expert, and I think again you must know him. And if you know him, you can type his name. Let me give you a hint. Famous Hollywood actor, and if you somehow know his movies, you can name them. Well, an American actor, and his name is Denzel Washington. He definitely acted in many, many great movies like Equalizer, A Book of Eli, and many more. Well, he said something. Let's look at what he said. He said this: do what you dash do to do what you want to do. So, what do you think? Let's see. What do you think? All right. Okay. So there goes the chain of reply, and Nikan, Ranudin. All right. Come on, people, participate. So okay, I see different, replies, and that's great. That's okay. Okay. So let's see what he actually said. And he said yes. He said have to, and that's good going. Uh, Next expert, and I don't think he needs an introduction, because you can see his name behind you can see a big logo behind him, and I think you should know then who is he. You can type in if you know. So, well, CEO, chairman of International Business Machines, that's IBM, and he's the one who developed IBM's management style and corporate culture, which is now very famous in the whole world. uh, Thomas J. Watson, and he said something. Look at what he said. To be successful, you dash have your heart in your business, and your business in your heart. So, what do you think? What do you think? All right, you must have, must have, must have, and there goes the chain of words there. Okay, okay, I can see that. Great. Okay. Oh, Anurag says mustn't. Okay. All right. So that's a different perspective. All right. Let's look at what he said. He said you have to have your heart in your business. All right. So that's where the experts, that's what experts have to tell us about these models of obligation. Now let's understand these models of obligation. Now, let me tell you, first of all, let's understand the meaning of obligation. See, now that is important, right? We did understand the meaning earlier, sorry. uh, but that was a rough idea of that specific word. Let's now understand exactly what is obligation. First, let me show you something. There are two types of obligations. Obligations hai wo do tarah ke hai, right? One is what I call external obligation, right? That is on the left side of your screen. And then the other one is what I call the personal obligation. Okay? Now, let me show you which model is used for the external obligation, which model is used for the personal obligation. Then let's be very careful, and also keep your pen and the book handy so that you may note down a few things if necessary. So, have to is used for external obligation, and must is used for personal obligation. And do not worry. I'm going to explain you what is external obligation and personal obligation in a minute after now. So, Now, now don't think that if it is a negative of have to, which is don't have to, is also an external obligation. No, it's not. And don't think that negative of must, that is mustn't, is also a personal obligation. No, it's not. See, that's how these models are different. इसीलिए models का जो modality है वो समझना it's complex. That's why formal writing is also not that easy. तो जब मैं have to और any other words, you're not supposed to think about the negative form or the other models. Now let's understand what is external obligation and what is personal obligation. और मैं दो pictures आपके सामने रखूंगा, and I'm going to give you 20 seconds, because आप pictures में से ही समझ जाओगे कि external obligation और personal obligation में difference क्या है. So there you go. I'm giving you 20 seconds. All right. Now, a question for everyone, and your hands on your keypad on in the chat box. So, a question: what is external obligation? आप ही बताओ अभी क्या समझ में आया? External obligation मतलब क्या? Okay, let's look at the replies. Yes, Safe, Anurag, Baranandin, Gautam, everyone. Let's see what you have to say. What do you think? External obligations का मतलब क्या है? Okay, set of rules to follow. Good. Have some rules. Nice. Follow what we have been taught by others. Okay, Janil. Some things which define. Okay, things which are defined, applied generally to all. Some rules. All right. So that's true. All of you are right. So external obligations are the laws. Are the rules where where you need to go by the book. और पर्सनल ऑब्लिगेशन में शायद पिक्चर थोड़ा क्लियर नहीं है but let's see what your thinking tells you. So what do you think? Personal obligations मतलब क्या? Let's have some people saying this and identifying. Oh, wow, malam, and that's a word there. Okay, what about others? What do you think? Okay, all right. Okay, used for personal choice, thinking and rule, personal view or personal idea, personal perspective. Hirindra, I think this is so far the clearest one, applied to some specific person of group, whatever you like. Wow, Gautam has laid it out in very simple words. Whatever you think is necessary or whatever you like, right? And General is saying be you. Yeah. Yeah, all right, General, be you. So that's the difference. वो change हो गया. See, when I'm explaining this, you're already in your past and you are already trying to recollect कि ज्यादातर rules में हम must use करते थे, right? And या फिर हम should use करते थे, right? And that's where we have been going incorrect or maybe inappropriate. I shouldn't say incorrect क्योंकि incorrect तो कुछ होता नहीं है, but it's inappropriate or maybe rightly saying not valid, right? So there's no right or wrong, but it's valid or not valid, and that is not valid. So now you understand that have to is for external obligations and must is for personal obligations. Let's have a deeper, clearer picture with examples. So let me show you examples. So example number 1, look at that. You have to have a license to drive a car. अभी ये law है. That's a rule. That's a regulation, right? It's something by the book. And look at the word I'm using, have to. लेकिन देखते हैं personal obligation का एक example. I must call my mother tonight. अभी ये कोई book में नहीं लिखा है. It's not a law. It's not a rule that, let's say, for example, I say, I must call my friend tonight or I must call my friend this evening. अभी ऐसा कोई law तो है नहीं कि हर शाम को 6 बजे बैठो दोस्तों को phone करो, right? But ये मुझे लगता है, just like Hirendra said, personal perspective. That's my choice. That's what I think is necessary. तो इसीलिए मैं सोचता हूँ, right? And इसीलिए मैं must use कर रहा हूँ वहां पे. Now let me show you one more example. Look at that. I have to get to work on time. अभी ये जरूरी है. जाना है तो जाना है. It's given. It's a law, right? School में पहुंचना है. 7:15 is the time. तो 7:15 से पहले you have to be in the classroom, right? See, even when I'm trying to explain you, I'm using have to. Do you understand? So you have to. वो करना ही है. करना है. That's a law. But let's look at other example. I must, look at the word, I must tidy my room before my friends arrive. See that? must. अभी ऐसा कोई लॉ तो है नहीं कि घर पे मेहमान आया या फिर घर पे कोई दोस्त आ रहा है तो फटाफट रूम साफ कर लिया और फटाफट we try to arrange things or rearrange things. No, that's not the case. That's not the law. That's not the regulation. But that's my personal perspective, like Hirendra said, or that's what I like to do, or I think what I should, what I must do. That's what Gautam said, right? So this is how the personal obligation and external obligations are different. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to have a look at it one more time. Okay, 5 seconds more. I'm going to give you 15 seconds. Okay, and then I'm going to ask you if it is clear to all of you. 15. Okay, now a question. Is this clear to all of you? If it is, do type understood in the chat box. Let's see. Okay, all right. Okay, good. Nice. Perfect, perfect. All right, okay. So let's go to state obligation side. Now let me show you the other side of obligation. Okay, before I go to that other side, let me give you one option. And this option is a good news, right? And the good news is personal obligation mein aap have to be used kar sakte ho, right? Now that's a good news, right? So there you have two choices. But generally people prefer must. Sorry, that was a just right. So generally people prefer must, but I must tell you, I have to tell you that have to is also the option or personal obligation. हालांकि external obligation में must use नहीं हो सकता है. So don't confuse yourselves. All right. So let me now show you the next side of the obligation. Now, a question. What do you think is a prohibition? Let's understand this. And I'm going to give you some time to tell me and give me the reply. What do you think is a prohibition? So let's look at the chat box. Let's have your fingers moving, students. Let's see in the chat box. What do you think is a prohibition? Okay, Gautam, in a simple word saying, or a simple phrase, he is saying not allowed. Okay, act which is not allowed. What you must. Okay, and I think Aryan got it. Aryan got it. All right. So now see, there are two types of rules. Let's look at the screen. There are two types of rules. Yeah, Kush. External obligation was also the law, and prohibition is also a law, but these two laws are saying different things. The first law is telling us to do something, and the second law is telling us to not to do something. Do you understand? तो जो first है वो external obligation है और वो हमने कर लिया already. That's have to. अभी जो prohibition है, these are the for right. They are also the rules. See, understand this. They are also the rules. लेकिन अब अगर आपको लगता है कि have to का सीधा don't have to is a prohibition, then you are wrong. Mustn't is the word that you have to use in prohibition, right? And mustn't means before I go ahead with the examples, I think you can see my screen. Yes, all of you? Okay, so these are the examples. So let's look at it. You must not smoke in here, right? So that's That's something you're not allowed to. Stop it. Don't do it, right? You must not, okay? So that's what you're not allowed to, right? Let's look at the next one. You must not eat in here, right? So Abhi, for example, I'm in the office right now, right? Like right now I'm in the office actually, and we are not allowed to eat in the office, right? Or the chambers, right? So you must not eat in the office or in here, or maybe something like you mustn't drink in here. तो prohibition में must not use होता है. Now there is one more side of obligation, and that is no obligation. इसको भी हमें समझना होगा कि what is no obligation. So let me ask you a question. What do you think a no obligation means? Yes, what do you think? Got it, Aryan. You have a choice. Now you have a choice. Okay, all right. You have a choice that you're not supposed to do it or not safe. Got it very clear. Safe, exact word, right? Not necessary. That's no obligation. Not necessary. ठीक है. और अभी इसमें हमें यूज करना होगा don't have to. All right. I don't have to. Right. Okay. ऐसा कोई law नहीं है. But it's a no obligation. It's not necessary. Okay. I don't have to wear a tie. Like, for example, in our college, we don't have to wear a tie. Faculties don't have to wear a tie, because that's not necessary. वो जरूरी नहीं है, right? That's not the part of the law. Okay. Fine. So that's not necessary. Understood? Okay, so let me now put all the models together. One, two, okay, and three. And I'm going to give you 2 minutes, 2 precise minutes. Let's look at this, let's understand this, and let's now, I should say, note down in your books too, so that it remains with you for a longer time. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to understand this, and let's now, I should say, note down in your books too, so that it remains with you for a longer time. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to understand this, and let's now, I should say, note down in your books too, so that it remains with you for a longer time. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to understand this, and let's now, I should say, note down in your books too, so that it remains with you for a longer time. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to understand this, and let's now, I should say, note down in your books too, so that it remains with you for a longer time. Okay, have you noted this? I should see yeses if you have. And I should see understood. If you have understood clearly, please. All right. And if there is a doubt, you are free to ask. Okay. आप लोगों को अगर doubt है कोई, तो you are always free to ask. If you're not going to like, you can always drop me a message on my WhatsApp. You can even call me anytime. If I'm free, I'll definitely pick up. If I'm not, then I'll leave you a message when to call me back. So it's perfectly all right all the time to be in touch uh, with your guide. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a practice form. अब हम थोड़ी practice करेंगे इन्हीं models की, and let's see how we do it. You will have somewhere around 7 to 8 questions right there, or maybe 10 questions, and you will use the appropriate model. लेकिन उससे पहले let me revise. Obligation का दो फॉर्म है, have to और must. Have to have वो rules और regulations में use होता है, that is external obligation. और must है वो हम personal obligations में use करते हैं when we are not talking about rules, we are talking about uh, 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 yeah, in other words, we are not talking about rules. Okay, we are talking about things which we think necessary. एग्जाम्पल सामने ही है, सबसे ऊपर आप देख रहे हो, आई हैव टू गेट टू वर्क ऑन टाइम, तो उसका मतलब आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट रूल्स. The next example is I must tidy my room before my friends arrive. I'm talking about things which I feel is necessary. मैं उन चीजों के बारे में बात कर रहा हूं जो मुझे लगता है कि जरूरी है. Mustn't is used to talk about prohibition, things which are not allowed to do, and that's by the law. So the example is, I must not be late for the school. Yeah, that's the law, right? And the last one is no obligation. That means not necessary. Or wahan pe hum use karte hain don't have to. So we say, hey, you don't have to cook tonight, or I don't have to cook tonight, right? So this is how these models of obligations are used. Now, what I'm going to do here is I am going to first send you the Google form for the attendance. Let's see if you can access it and write your enrollment number and your name. मैं Google form भेज रहा हूँ जहाँ पे आपको आपका नाम और enrollment number लिखना है. Let's see if you are able to access, and if you're able to access, please tell me yes, accessible, or please just write accessible in the chat box. ठीक है, मैंने भेजा है. Let's see, let's give it a few minutes. और अगर access हो रहा है तो आप लिखोगे accessible. Let's see. Okay, so Gautam says accessible. So everyone should write their names and their enrollment numbers there. और जैसे ही आप access कर रहे हो, submit कर रहे हो, please write. Perfect, perfect. Once you have made the entries there in the form, you may leave today's session, और जो practice session है वो मैं आपको भेज दूंगा on our formal WhatsApp group. So I'll send the link for practice, and I'll share the link of the PDF of this PPT so that you have models of obligations in front of you, and also the models of deduction. वो मैं आज ही के दिन में आपको PPTs share कर दूंगा in the PDF format. So thank you so much for today's session. And once you have entered your attendance, please leave the meeting so that I know that you have entered your attendance. Thank you so much, everyone. You're welcome, Gautam. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Safe. You're welcome. We have 8 people. Please leave the meeting if you're done. Okay, Rushi, you're the last. Okay, I think you're done, Rushi, right? All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.